Hi guys, welcome to Bhroman Braapsody. This is episode number 21. For our new audience members, here at Bhroman Braapsody, we review cars and motorcycles. I am your host for cars and the Meanie is your host for motorcycles. Today we have a Kia Stinger. It's me, it's your boy Bro, and I am your Bhroman. Shout out to our friends at Lunar Lens. Check out their Facebook page in the video description below. So today we have a Kia Stinger GT. Kia Motors are headquartered in South Korea and they were founded in 1944. They started off making bicycles, then motorcycles, cars, light trucks. And in 1986 they partnered with Ford. They entered the American market in 1992. Then in 1997 they declared bankruptcy and Hyundai bought about 34% stake in Kia Motors, and they've been building more cars and trying to penetrate the market. Both Hyundai and Kia have been coming out with some new cars with a lot of features and stuff. So the Kia Stinger comes in 5 trim levels. You have the base, premium, GT, GT1 and GT2. This car in the GT2 trim has a twin turbo 3.3 liter V6. This puts out about 365 horses and 376 foot-pound of torque. This can do 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds. And it's all-wheel drive. This car, brand new, costs about 54,000 US dollars. So 54,000 for a Kia. Is it worth it? Well, let's go and find out. So starting off from the front, you have these beautiful projector headlights. You have a very aggressive front grille, and you have cutouts for air intakes. And in the front you have parking sensors and a camera. Under the hood you have the twin turbo 3.3 liter V6 that puts out 365 horses and 376 foot-pound of torque. Now for the wheels, it has these beautiful looking machine cut wheels with 4-piston Brembo brakes up front. This is the key fob for the Kia Stinger. This doesn't look like your regular key fob. It's got buttons for lock, unlock, panic, and the trunk release. This looks nice. Something you would expect out of a premium car. Now starting from the driver's side door, the interior is in the red. It's got Nappa leather all around. I love this little contrast with the red, the black, and the brushed aluminum here. It makes it look very unique, really luxurious. And this has these nice aluminum speaker covers. For the interior of the car, this has the red Nappa leather, and this contrasts so well with the black and the aluminum, when this looks beautiful. To the left side you have your buttons to adjust the brightness, lane assist, blind spot monitoring, opening this buttons to open your fuel gauge, and trunk release. Now moving on to the interior. This has a nice compact steering wheel with the Kia logo, and I like it. It's got Kia here and the trim level GT. On the steering wheel itself you have your volume controls, receiving and ending a call, toggling through the menu, cruise control, cancelling the cruise control, and this is for your parking sensors. You have a start button on this side. It's got aluminum paddle shifters, and this is the wiper stock. As for your instrument cluster, you have your tachometer on the left side, you have your speedometer with the fuel gauge on the right, and in the middle you have this little digital screen. This tells you what mode you're in, your range, your speed, the outside temperature, what gear you're on, and your odometer. And you can control and you can toggle through the middle digital screen by using the button here. You can go through a variety of options. And if you look to the sides, you have these rounded air vents and this little pop-up for your display. This gives it a very upscale look. I've seen these rounded air vents on Mercedes cars before, so this is a nice touch. And most of these materials are soft touch. Like even the materials on your dash, they are soft to the touch. It doesn't feel like hard plastic or cheap in any way. This feels nice, solid and luxurious. It also has a heads-up display. And here you have your display. This is touchscreen, so you can go all menus, and that's your home screen. You can select through whatever you want to here. I like it, it's pretty neat. Now as for the center console here, all of these buttons look like aluminum buttons, and this makes it look really nice, really cool. I love it. These are your radio controls, media controls, volume control. You can get to your navigation, setup, all of that stuff. If you look further down below, these are your climate controls. You can sync the climate controls on both sides. And if you look at the center console, right, if you look at this section here, this looks really neat. This looks really neat and really cool. Underneath this little thing, you push it open. You have outlets for your USB. You have your USB outlets and aux cable. And this space right here is a wireless charging station. I have a Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. This doesn't quite fit in there. I can put my phone in there and the light comes on. That means it's charging it wirelessly. Now, my phone is a little too big for it to be closed, but hey, it can still charge it wirelessly. Then we have two cup holders here. This is your gear selector. This looks really cool. To put it in park, you have a button. You press that button and it goes into park, and then you have reverse, neutral and drive. Further down below, you have the parking brake. You can select the different drive modes and turn your traction control off. So the options for your driving mode are Smart, Eco, Comfort, Sport and Custom. If you go to Custom, you can select what you want your throttle response to be like and what you want your steering response to be like. And when you play with, and when you switch through the driving modes, check out another thing. Center, your display changes on this as well. So you have Smart, Eco, Comfort, Sport and Custom. Going further below, these seats are both heated and cooled, or heated and ventilated. You have a heated steering wheel, parking sensors, and this is for your camera, the 360. This has a 360 view camera, so this gets you that. This is the button for that camera, and it's got auto start and stop. Then you have a little more storage space here, and then underneath this you have a little more, you have some more storage space. And once you press the 360 view camera, this is what you get. You get the front facing camera, gives you the look of what's up front, and you have the 360 view camera on the side. This is your front and 360. You can do front only, front and left side, or front and right. That's pretty neat. You have the same theme of red, black and that aluminum trim on the driver's side, and the passenger side. These are all red Napa leather. They have a lot of seat bolstering and a lot of support. I am sitting in the driver's seat and I have just about enough headroom here. I'm 5'10" and I just have just about enough headroom here. And speaking of the legroom, I'm quite comfortable. You have the same thing going on in the rear seats as well. The doors have the red, black and aluminum inserts here. The center thing, this folds down and you have two cup holders. You have the vents for your air. You can control how much air you want, and you have a 12-volt power outlet and a USB power outlet. The back of the seats have these like a little storage space here, and the doors have some storage space in there as well. Now I'm sitting in the rear seat. I have lots of headroom up here. There's a good amount of headroom, good amount of space on the side. And as for the legroom, I'm 5'10" and I have a good amount of legroom here. Since this is the GT2, it has the sunroof, and the view from the back is actually quite nice. On the back you have the quad exhausts, two on each side. The bumper has the parking sensors on them, and it has that running tail light, or that running light at the back. It's got a nice swooping roof line, and it has sharp lines on the sides. It's actually a hatchback. This has a pretty big and spacious trunk back here. Well, how big is the trunk? Well, it's big enough. And even from the top, yeah, I love that contrast of that black sunroof with the white of the car. This looks nice. Now that we've looked around the car, seen some of the features, do you know what time it is? It's time for some throttle therapy. Let's go. So we are off, and this has a nice little cockpit. I like the view, and as you can see, visibility out of this thing is really awesome. This interior and everything comes together so nice. I like it. I really love how this car looks. Now I have this car in the comfort mode, so the throttle response isn't crazy. The suspension is relaxed. So it's quite comfortable. It's very quiet on the inside. If you're cruising along, it feels really quiet. Now if you step on it, it will move. You'll hear the turbo noise and all that. But other than that, this is very quiet in comfort mode when you're just chugging along and cruising along. So that's a good job on their part. And I don't know about you guys, but I really like the way everything is laid out here. I love this little steering wheel. It's quite compact. It's not huge. It's pretty compact. The ride quality is quite good. Now, when competing with the German car makers and the other luxury car makers, is the ride quality as good as theirs? It's quite good, but I wouldn't say that it's the same. It's very good, but it's not quite the same, you know. But that's why you pay a premium for those cars. Yeah, now this car has all of your bells and whistles. It's got the blind spot monitoring on your side mirrors. It's got collision warning, and if you're getting too close, it starts beeping. So you have a lot of bells and whistles in a Kia. Think about that. In a Kia, they are really stepping up their game. They are upping their game, you guys. I like these seats. The headrest feels nice and soft. The seats have a good amount of support on the two ends or the two sides. I will put it in sport mode and see how it pulls in a little bit. But until then, I'm just cruising along. This is a grand touring car. That's what GT stands for. And I can see you eating up miles in this car. This is good. This is the Stinger is hailed as the Korean cruise missile. So you can cruise and eat up miles on this. It's very good, and you have a lot of space on the inside as well. I'm not cramped for space. There's a little bit of the headroom's not too much, but it's not bad. I have enough space on both sides. Shoulder room, hip room, all of that. Panels and stuff, everything feels like it should be. I like it, and everything it's pretty well put together. I must say, everything is really well put together. I love that little heads-up display. It's like right in the middle, and it's in green, so you can't really miss it. The exhaust note, it's not overly loud. Now I'm in comfort mode, so it's not gonna be loud anyways, but it's there, so it kind of lets you know that, hey, I'm here, but I'm not crazy loud. Well, let me pull over and do a pull test and see how this does, right? So to do that, let's first go and put it in sport mode. There you go, sport mode. Foot on the brake, foot on the gas, and then go. Let's go, right? Let's see. So this car makes all of its peak torque at 1300 RPM. That was a lot of fun. Let me go ahead and put it back into comfort mode and drive it like a sane person. Speaking of being a sane person, can you use this car as a family hauler? I think you can. It's got enough space in the trunk. You can seat 5 people in here, and it's quiet and comfortable when in normal mode or in the comfort mode. This is a very practical car that you can also use to have some fun. This is the car for the guy or gal who wants to have some fun but also wants to be responsible, which is not the Mini. Yeah, he's anything but responsible. So yeah, don't be like the Mini, be better. be like me. And then we come to the maintenance aspect. Just like the Hyundai Palisade that I reviewed last year, this when you buy these cars new, they come with a 5-year 60,000 miles bumper to bumper warranty and a 10-year 100,000 mile powertrain warranty. So you are covered for quite some time, the warranty that you get on these cars. None of your other luxury brands offer similar warranty. So this car is priced at $54,000 US in the GT2 trim. You might think $54,000 for a Kia? Isn't that too much? Well, let's put that in perspective. So if you look at the competition, so you have the BMW M340i, the Mercedes C43 AMG, the Audi S4, the Cadillac CT5, and those cars have different trims too. So you'd have to get one of the higher trims to get like all-wheel drive, a twin-turbo V6, and with a horsepower in the range of 350 to 400. In those higher trims, all of those cars have similar performance numbers. Like they can do 0 to 60 in the 4 to 4.5 seconds range, and they're all-wheel drive. And they have all of these features. You have the 360-degree camera, all-wheel drive, all the bells and whistles and things like that. But those cars in those configurations would cost you somewhere between $60,000 and $65,000, if not more, because you can add more packages to them and that gets crazier. So on an average, this Kia Stinger in its GT2 trim is about $10,000 cheaper than the competition. But it has very similar performance numbers, comfort, features, all of that. The only things that you're not getting are the brand or the logo of a Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Cadillac, Jaguar, whatever. You're not getting that logo, that brand name. You're getting very similar features, similar performance. And in my opinion, the ride quality is a little better on those cars than it is on this one. Those things are just marginally better than what this car has to offer. So for $10,000 less, you're getting a very similar performance and feature as those cars. Now, if you're a brand loyalist with those cars, nothing's gonna sway you over. But this car is meant for folks who are looking for all of those features but want to try something else, something different, something new maybe. And if that's you, check out the Kia Stinger, take it out for a spin and see how you like it. I'm having a lot of fun driving this car. So like the Mini says, I'm gonna keep driving. Why don't y'all head back to the Mini and wrap up this video? If you like what we do here at Bhroman, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Well, let's talk about the cost of ownership, shall we? So you would need to do an oil change service every 5,000 miles. This is a 2019 Stinger, and so over a period of 2 years, you would need 6 oil changes. And that's assuming you drive for 15,000 miles a year. So 3 oil changes a year, so that's 6 over 2 years. And an oil change at your Kia dealership costs you about $120, so that's $720. And you would need a set of new tires. These are summer performance tires, and these last you anywhere from between 20,000 to 30,000 miles. So you would need a set of tires, and the set of tires costs you about $1,400. Over a 2-year period, you would need 6 oil changes and a set of new tires for a total of $2,120. Divided by the number of days, it's about $3 a day. Now, let's assign it a score, shall we? On the looks, it's an 8 out of 10. On the Braap, it's an 8 out of 10. On the maintenance, it's a little high, so it's a 7.5 out of 10. And on the usability, it's a 7.5 out of 10. For a combined Bhromance score of 7.75 out of 10. So the Kia Stinger is a performance sedan that's aimed towards taking on the competition head on. And the competition that they are concerned about are the performance luxury sedans, the BMWs, the Audis, the Mercedes, the Cadillacs of the world. Now the Kia Stinger is a really good car. It's really put together quite well. It's pretty fast, it's pretty comfortable, it's got all of these bells and whistles. It looks nice from the inside and from the outside. It's quite spacious inside, you can fit 4 adults comfortably, and it has a decent trunk. Now it does not handle like a BMW. The finish on the inside is not on the level of a Mercedes. The interior is not at the level of an Audi. But they are not very far off. They are quite close, but it's not quite there. But it's not a big difference. I mean, they're not off by a big margin there. So if you're the kind of a person who wants a performance sedan with enough space on the inside, a good trunk, and a car that can do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds or thereabouts, and you want to save a few bucks, take a look at the Kia Stinger. The Kia Stinger, even in its GT2 trim with all the bells and whistles and all-wheel drive, is about $10,000 less than a similarly configured BMW M340i or a Mercedes C43 AMG, an Audi S4, or even a Cadillac CT5. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bro out.